Wait, we're live. And you thought I wasn't going to show up. Here I am, folks. Welcome. It is lunch and learn time. It's a little bit later this week because I had other things to do. Sorry about that. But we're here. We're ready. I'm going to share my screen. What's happening today? I think literally today is Power BI's 10th birthday. So happy birthday, Power BI. Hooray! I'm very excited about Power BI turning 10. That also means that Dear Watson Consulting has turned 10, and we've got some big news about that. Don't know if it'll be this stream, maybe next stream. What else is happening? We're rebranding reports. That's the thing that we do on Lunch and Learn. And we are sharing our screen. That is the other thing we do. Now, I made a mistake when I was sharing my screen before. I've got to not do the same thing. All right. Add to thing. Yes. And now let's go little Greg in the corner here. I think that'll be okay. Greg in the corner. Do I have any other news or updates? What's happening in the world of Power BI? So much. No, I don't know. It was pretty, like last release was pretty light on, wasn't it? There was like something went GA and everyone was excited and that was it. But it was something that everybody uses anyway, even though it wasn't GA. I can't remember what it was. So full of information, so prepared as always. For those of you who are joining and weren't here last week, go back. You can go back if you go back to my streams. You'll be able to see last week on YouTube. You'll be able to see the stream where we did this last week. We took a report. It's a pipeline report. Now, I made a mistake last week. I'd like to make a correction. So now is the time where we make corrections of all the silly things we said last week. If you're watching on StreamYard or LinkedIn or YouTube, you can actually add stuff in the comments as well, and I would like to hear from you. It's always nice to know that there's someone actually out there and I'm not just talking to my screen in a room by myself in the cold. But apparently there is people watching, so I'm happy. I said this is a pipeline report, but this is actually a CRM report. That's the mistake I made. And that means it's a sales report, not a pipeline report. And I think when I did my little ChatGPT work, I may have put in you're a marketing manager, and I should have said you're a sales manager. And so now, how many leads? Where do we lose them? Lead velocity are all marketing questions. And although I would capture that in my CRM potentially, that's not what I'm interested in with this data. I'm interested in opportunities, and then sales conversions. So we've got to change. So I'm gonna use ChatGPT again. I'm gonna ask it questions again. Hang on, we better move it over here. All right, let me find the chat when I asked about it last week. Looking for chats. Sales marketing manager. So this is how many chats I have with I can search chats, marketing. Dashboard design questions. Is that it? Yep, this is it. I said, hey, Chatty. You're a marketing executive and you want to design a dashboard for your pipeline. What are the key questions you might ask? It says, hey, as a marketing executive. Anyway, this is wrong. So I'm going to show you a different technique on how to cheat with AI to get dashboard design happening, which is kind of good, but it also contains risk because you don't want to just be giving data to chatbots. So pay attention. Got to get the business question correct. Yeah, I do. Well, did I get the business question correct? I mean, this is not bad. Opportunities total 1 and in progress, but it's not a pipeline report. It's an opportunity. Anyway. Right. No, I don't want to. Okay, what's my technique? What are we going to do here, Greg? So let's have a look at the data. This is our sales pipeline. Well, it's called sales pipeline. No wonder I was confused. And then here's sales team. Now this is dummy data, so it's got like people's names in it and stuff. But if you do this technique, then you obviously should anonymize it and potentially just put in rubbish, but keep the same data types. And then that way you don't get yourself into trouble. We need to copy this table or I kind of only want to copy the first few lines. I don't really want to copy all of it. I could copy it as a image. ChatGPT smart. Let's just create it, snip it out as an image. ChatGPT smart enough to know, isn't it? Okay, so you just take like the first 3 lines of your data, anonymize it. Don't do this if it's not dummy data. You know, make sure you're secure. Copy it, get rid of that. Go to ChatGPT, say, sorry, it's actually sales CRM report. Here is the first few lines of the data. What are the key questions, Mr. Sales Executive? And then give it the image and see what it says. No worries, Mr. Sales Executive. Now I see. See, it's a sales CRM report, and the data includes opportunity, sales agent, deal stage, product, blah, blah, blah. Pipeline value and conversion. How many deals are in each stage? Open, negotiation, lost or won. Yep, okay. Okay. Deal stage. Open, negotiation, lost or won. Well, in progress, lost and won. So we've done that. So we did get it kind of right. But we'll call that pipeline value and pipeline conversion or something like that. Where's my, better get the zoom tool going because, you know, it's really hard to see some of these small things when you don't have a zoom tool. Zoom it. Zoom it. Zoom tool is working. Oh, we're zooming. Okay. It doesn't know all the different possible values for, let's get ChatGPT nice and big. How many deals are in each stage? Yes. So we did that. That was what this page was. So we don't have to rework anything. Hooray. And what did they call that? Pipeline, value, and conversion. We can still call it the pipeline report then. How many opportunities do we have at each stage of the pipeline? Here is the answer to the question. Here are some more details. Now, I wasn't happy with this. I don't know if you remember that I don't like the 3 separate because this is total 1, this is total in progress, and this is total lost. And I want it to be just one visual and it's total 1 in progress and lost all as a single thing. So I'm going to get rid of these 2. And then I'm going to add them all into like the legend or something. So I can put in total opportunities here instead of total 1. And then I put deal stage in the legend. And that doesn't look nice because we got the wrong chart type because we've gone clustered instead of this one. Sorry. We want that one. That's better. Now, what has it done to our ability to see what's going on? I think we can, like, okay, now we're starting to see something useful. So, so I want the colors to match. So this is a mistake that people sometimes make. Hopefully you don't, but if you do, this is the thing. You want the color of this number to match 1 here because color, this is blue and then 1 is pink here and then it doesn't make sense. And then you're like 194, 1, but you don't because we naturally in our brains match colors together, group them together internally. So we have to make those colors match. So we go here, we go to bars, we go to series, we go to 1 and we select blue. And then we go to series in progress and we select gray. And then finally we go lost and we go that weird red reddy kind of color that I chose. I think that was a custom red, wasn't it? So it's fallen out of my history because I closed this down, obviously. So I have to get it back. So this is what I do when I've got a color that's in my thing and I want to get it back. I go to the thing that has the color, and then I click up here on Format Visual, and then I go to whatever the value is, and I click and look at the color. I say, oh, there it is. So it's not in my history here. So the problem is this is a custom color. I need the value of this, and it's not my history. But if you just go to this one, and then you just click more colors, and you go, yep, that's the right color. Now click, and it appears in your history. And then you can go back to the thing you were trying to change the color for, and series, lost, color, value, color, red is in the history. Oh, I did the text color. I knew something was going to go wrong there. Let's go back to white. Data labels, not the value color. It's the bars, not the data labels, Greg. Lost, color, red. Cool. Now, what I really want is for it to be in the same order. 1 in progress lost, 1 in progress lost. I, L, W. It's in alphabetical order right now. Does that mean I have to create a sort column? Sort legend by deal stage. 1 lost in progress, that's close. Sort legend ascending. In progress lost 1. Yeah, I'm gonna have to create one, aren't I? What a shame. Well, maybe I could just leave it like this and be lazy. Are we lazy here, or do we do all of the things we need to do? We're not lazy. We're going to do it all. We're going to do it all. Also, just be aware that I think there's like a storm outside and my computer crashed before. So this stream could end very rapidly if we're not careful. Okay, so we better create a sort order for our lost one and deal stage situation. Now, because I'm getting fancy with my deal stage, let's talk a little bit about data modeling for a second. I'm a big advocate for a nice, clean star schema. As many of you know, I go on and on about star schemas sometimes. So deal stage right now is it's not joined to anything, right? It's just its own dealio. But now that I want to create a sort order for the deal stage, I don't want to add the sort order column to the fact table, because what if I had a billion rows? That's why. So I now want to turn this into a dimension now that it's more than one thing. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to do some data engineering in Power Query to replace the deal stage with an ID, create a deal stage dimension, and add that sort column to the deal stage so that it's a proper star schema, people. Proper star schema. All right, so let's do that. Oh no, I don't have the source data. Maybe I can't do this. Am I just talking and not again around about things that I can't actually do because I have no source data? Sales pipeline.csv. Where is this mysterious? Well, that's what I would do if I could. I don't think I can though. So I'm just gonna have to put it in the fact table. Sorry about that. This is not the right thing to do, but it's the only thing we can do. And this is how Power BI works. Sometimes you're limited in what you can do, and you just gotta hack it. So we're gonna hack it. To hack it, I'm gonna create a custom. Like I rarely create custom columns, right? Because I'm always doing all of my engineering work in either in Power Query or in the source system. And now I can't. So now finally, I have to create a custom column in DAX. So new column. And the column's going to be called deal stage, deal underscore stage underscore. Oh my gosh. I want to match what we've got here. It's deal underscore stage. This is why I'm, oh my gosh, I'm just zooming all over the place on my other screen. Okay. Deal underscore stage, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll call it deal underscore stage. I wouldn't, normally I'd want this to be like snake case like this, deal underscore stage underscore sort. I'm never going to show it to anyone. So, okay, that's, wait, can I not use? Of course I can. equals switch deal stage. The switch function allows me to check the value of the deal stage, in this case, and then depending on what the value is, provide a bunch of different things. So if the value is 1, then number 1. And then the next value is lost, then number 3. I'm doing it out of order, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. And the next value is in progress. I'm going to put it in quotes. In progress. And that's going to be number 2. Otherwise, null. Otherwise what? Yeah, just null. Can I just get away with null, or do I need to put a... No, I don't need to. All right, let's see if that worked. So deal stage sort, it was lost and it's come back with 3. So deal stage is lost, and then the deal stage sort column is 3. And that's because I told it to check the deal stage column, and if it's lost, return 3. That's what the switch function does. Let's check the others to make sure that they worked. So we'll check in progress. That should be 2, and it is. And finally, let's check 1, and that should be 1. 1 is 1, and that's nothing. Clear all filters, and we're away. So theoretically, now to make the deal stage column sort by the deal stage sort column, oh, I'm going to learn how to do an arrow one day. Is it shift? No. Is it control? No. Is it alt? No. Is it shift alt? I can never remember. Control shift. There it is. Control shift. Oh, the arrow. Okay. We're going to click on deal stage. Go to the sort by column at the top here. Sort it by the deal stage sort column. We didn't get an error because it will say, uh-oh, circular dependency. Because deal stage sort, I'm sure one of you, well, one of you clever Power BI people have probably predicted that this is going to happen, because I'm using the deal stage sort column in a switch to the deal stage column to create the deal stage sort column. It creates a circular dependency, which means I can't sort by it, which means I have to do it in Power Query. Does anyone know a workaround for this if I don't have access to Power Query? Values? Yes. Values might work. Come on, Power BI folks. This is your challenge for the day. Is that really going to work? Because then context transition. Duplicate the column. Oh, that's a good thinking, Sam. Duplicate the column. Duplicate the column. This feels like too much. I really don't like. You can see it puts me in pain if I hack a column. This is supposed to be a good example. I don't want to hack it, but I might have to. All right, values. Switch, get the current value of deal stage, and then do that. All right. Oh, I really don't want to do this. I think there's still going to be a circular dependency, isn't there? Even if I do a calculated column. Maybe, I don't know. Deal stage. Boo. Deal stage sort equals the current value of deal stage boo. I think there's still, because doesn't it just, that depends on this, and then this depends on this, which depends on this. I think it'll just keep failing, won't it? Anyway, we'll try. Deal stage, sort by, deal stage sort. Nah, doesn't work. Because deal stage boo depends on deal stage. Yeah, I can't get away with it. Oh, well, I'm just going to have to put up with the sort order. And I'll delete this abomination. I'll fix it in, I'll find the CSV files and I'll fix it in the Power Query. Yeah, I can't think. There's probably a solution, like a hack that I can do to sort that out, but I'm not going to spend time trying to figure it out now. All right, how sad. Do you want to delete? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I would create that as a dimension normally anyway. I ask myself, would it? No. Sorry, folks. We're gonna have to put up with the fact that it's slightly out of order. That's fine. Okay, so okay, I want to talk about like visualizations. When you got a visualization like this, we spoke a little bit about ink last week. I always take pass a critical eye over a visualization and see if there's too much ink on the page. And what's the ink? Ink is like all of the stuff that isn't the data. This is ink down here. We've got ink. Control Alt arrow. Oh, Control Shift arrow. Yay. This is ink. This is ink here. This is ink as well, but not really because it's actually data, because it's the names of the people. This is ink, and this is ink. And these little dots here are ink too. And so how much of this can I remove? Because the data is what's important. That's what I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking that this guy here can go because I don't like it. And that is the title of the y-axis. So I go over to format my visual, y-axis, goes down here to titles, and I turn it off. Boop, and then it gets rid of it. See? And then that slightly improved. Now, we've got, oh, sorry about that. We've got data labels on, and that means we don't need this stuff because, well, that does say 500, and that tells me that that's 500 there. That actually adds value because data labels aren't showing me the totals. Now, I could add total labels, which is a thing that they recently, well, when I say recently, probably in the last 2 years, I don't know how long they've had total labels. Do total labels add value? Wait, do data labels not add value? Ooh. Do we care only about the proportion, or do we actually care about the numbers? I kind of like just the proportion. Daryl's got 716, and here's the proportion of them. And then if I click on Daryl, I can see the individual numbers. I think just a proportion with the totals. Or maybe if I can make the data labels like really not be too, because it's a lot of data. If I do it like this, is too much. Is it too much? Yeah, it's too much. It's too much, too many numbers. Yeah, I'm going total labels only. Design decisions, hashtag design decisions. Okay. I'm really not happy with this red. It's too brown. Why did I like it last week? Because it was had the right value. I think it's, I don't know. It's this purple, this crazy purple. All right. It's very brown red. All right, we'll think about that later. Is there any other ink we can remove? Total opportunities by stage. Yeah, see that title just needs fixing. Which agents have the most opportunities? Question mark. And I reckon this title is like too dark. So what happens if I just make it light? Yeah. It makes it too hard to read if I make it light. If you make it dark, it's easier to read, but it's too much. So I'm gonna go lighter and what's okay, so our color, blue is horrible. If I go this slightly lighter bluey color and then change this font to like Seago UI Light, but then make it bigger. I'm close. I feel closer. Are we still got the is this the Copilot theme still? It is. Yep. Blue's close, but it's not quite there. What were we looking at? Title. Oh, title. Purple? Oof, no. Other purple? Other purple? No. Weird red? Oh, this darker blue. Now this is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. Actually, it's just another. Why is Copilot so purple? Look how many purples there are. One. I mean, that's pink, I know. But I chose that one, which is almost a purple. And then there's this purple. And then this is an almost purple blue. Like, so many purples. And I know one of them is like bloody, I don't know, indigo or whatever. But yeah, they're all purples to me. Why don't I like this? It's not too bad. It doesn't quite hit, does it? It's the brown. The brown's killing me. Okay. The brown. The brown. Gee, I hope Greg doesn't take this long on every single page. Well, I hope I don't either. But once I get this is because it's the first page, I'm trying to get the palette right. And then I'll just be like, copy, paste, paste, paste. But you got to get the palette right on the first one. And I'm uncomfortable with the brown, which is red, but it looks brown. I've gone so light, I muted the red so much it went brown. Maybe if the proportion showed the percentage instead of the count. That's an interesting idea, Sam. Percentage. Percentage is good. It's a good idea. What's the hacky way to do that? We put in total opportunities into the. Can I get data labels to show percentages? Wait. Oh. Position. I've got completely distracted by Sam's comment, but I don't think I can. Surely I can. Surely I can get that to be percentages. What am I missing here? Data labels, options, detail, background, layout, value, show as percentage. Guess I can't. There's a bug. Oh, it's not a bug. Feature. New feature. I'd like to be able to show that as percentage, please, Microsoft. Yeah, the brown. Okay, so let me go back to the brown. All right, bars, lost, color. So red, like really red. Is red too much? Red's kind of good. Why didn't I just choose red? I felt like it was too much, but I don't know if I do now. I'm happy with that. Just like that. See how easy I am to please? I'm not happy with the data labels, though. They're going off. Yep. I think that's pretty good. Vicky LaFlame. Okay, so when I click on Vicky LaFlame, I want this one to manage relationships. What? Wait, where's the wait? What am I? Format, edit interactions. Okay. When I click on this one, I want this to filter. So when I click Vicky, it shows me, yeah, that's better. Vicky LaFlame, Carrie Hendricks. All right, and then I want slightly more room for the names. So over here in this one, in bars, I think it is. Maybe it's not border. Where's the increase the number of the space between? Here we go. Space between categories is what I was looking for. And then you go up. No, that's this. Sorry. That's this space here. And actually, what I'm trying to increase is this space here. So it's not space between categories, it's space between series. Ooh, I didn't know you could do that. Look at that. That's cool. You put a space there. No, it's the column header. What is it? That's the axis. Layout. Minimum category height. Is this it? Oh, no. I'm getting closer though. Maximum width. Finally, this is the one I was looking for. Maximum width. It doesn't like some of the naming doesn't quite make sense. So I'm trying to increase, yeah, this. So because I can't read Vicky LaFlame, right? So I wanted to make it bigger, just a bit bigger. There we go. It's nicer. I'm leaving that gap in. I like the gap. Visual separation. Might be just 1 pixel too big though. Now I can't remember where I did it. Bars, layout. Yeah, that's better. Lovely. Lovely, 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 jubbly. Cool. Bang. And I want to put in the 1 loss progress situation here too, which is our deal stage into legend, and then fix it. And then, hey, what happened to my, does it not format paint my gap? Oh no, it does. Look at that. And I don't need the space is too big now. So now I've got to fix it. Now we got to fix it. Back to 20%. We've got to turn off the, definitely don't need the x-axis. No, y-axis. No, x-axis type values. Can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Top 6 is fine. In progress 1 lot, I've got to sort that so that it's. Now here's the thing that I sometimes do. If I've got the legend here, I don't really need it here because it tells me what the colors mean there. So I might turn off the legend because then we can just infer that it's the same. And also the colors match. And since the order is being changed because I can't switch the order around, I'm going to switch the order of these. Then that way it'll look like I did it on purpose. And I didn't spend 20 minutes trying to figure out how to create a sort by column with a calculated column and not get a circular dependency. And then we got to fix the title. Which accounts have the most opportunities? Question mark. We've got total value here, but it's okay. Now, what else are we going to put in? Okay, so we've got accounts, we've got agents. So I'm looking down here now at my thing. I've got account and I've got agent. product, deal stage. We've already got deal stage. Product is the only other dimension other than the obvious one, which is time. We should show the trend. I reckon %1 doesn't add value. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to put the trend here. Because we love a trend. And it's just our total trend. We don't need to get fancy with it. Y-axis. And then x-axis is date. Ooh, look at that. I like this as a... That's kind of cool. I kind of like... Sometimes column graphs are nice when you've got dense data like this. Now, obviously, we have to... I think we just turn off the... And total opportunities is dark, so I'm going to make it this dark color. Visuals, columns, color, dark color. Is that the same color? I don't think it is. What's the color here? It's a custom color, isn't it? Okay, we'll use the custom color. Back to here. Color, recent. Okay, that's better. Get rid of the title. Don't need the title. Everybody knows what this shows, we hope. Maybe don't need the y-axis title values. But we will need some data labels, but we don't want too many. Oh, that's good. Yeah, don't want it to be too dense. I kind of liked that. It was quite balanced. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Now, how big can we make this? How cool does it look if I put it here instead? Is it too much? Is it better as a line graph? He asked himself. No. Be better as a line chart if it was less numbers. So why don't we do end of week? Because I don't have end of week in my calendar. What's in the calendar? Date, day of week, month, July, financial year, calendar year. Put in the dreaded date hierarchy, but no. All right, we'll leave it as that. Maybe slightly too dense chart, but that's okay. We'll live with that. That's interesting. I can't have the x-axis unless I make it that big. I kind of do want the x-axis. I think I might have to go here. What was the other dimension that we were going to cut by? Product. Oh, I kind of want product. Ooh, oh. What am I going to do with this? What if I do a hierarchy of financial year and month? That's not too bad. And then, yeah, now we're getting somewhere. And then I don't think we need the... Concatenate labels is interesting. The things I pain myself over. Because it's a categorical x-axis, it has to show all of the values. Whereas if it's a date, it's a like continuous x-axis. But we don't have a month ending continuous x-axis. Now I guess we could just create a column. Maybe this will work without a circular dependency. All right, what's he going to create? This is exciting. I'm going to create EO month. I probably can't actually call it EO month because that'll be a reserve word. And month ending. Month underscore ending equals EO month calendar date, comma, 0 months. Does that work? Did month ending create correctly? Yes. Except we want it to be like not a date time, just a date. Yes. Hang on. Is Greg good at Power BI again? Month ending. Get rid of those two. Chuck month ending in. Oh, look at him. Look at him go. And then, well, it doesn't show the date anyway because the thing's too small. Oh, look, it won't let me turn it on. Oh, that's cool. Like, nah, you can't show that. It's too small. All right, what if we turn off data labels? No, how big does it have to be? That big. Can I make it like really, really small? I suspect I'm going to have to increase the resolution of my... All right, well, how does the line chart look now that it's month ending? That's okay. We'll live with a line chart. That's the trend. I just wanted to show a simple trend. Doesn't have to be detailed. Line color to that dark color. That refers to that. Should that be next to that? I don't know. We've got to think about that. Put the data labels back on so that we can see some kind of value. Not really happy with the data labels now. Turn the density down. Show the decimal places. No, okay. Okay, there we go. Why are they, hang on. I can change the way the data labels display, can't I? I want to show the value on top. Hey, this is something that I discovered the other day. Is that like the stacked area chart and the area chart have slightly different label configurations. Look at that. Not that it really helps me in this case. I really want to move those labels. They're not in a good spot. My position above. Yay. I can change it. Yay. Okay, we did it. That's what we wanted. A little line chart to show me the trend. This is only yeah, this is just high level. So we don't need to get fancy with it. And I'm going to change the label color to bluey blue. Value, label color. Bam. There we go. And then we've got room for one more chart. And then I think this one will be pretty much done. Although I did just notice something, but that's fine. Make these all line up nicely. It's all about lining up the pixels. Is that balanced? It's pretty balanced. Right, this is products. And then general title, which products. Oh my gosh, I think I finished a page. Not yet, not yet, got to fiddle some more. No, I said I noticed something. This is too dark, the font's too dark. See, what I do is I sit back and I go, what's happening? Blur your eyes and see how there's a big dark blob in the bottom right-hand corner. If you do that, we want it, that means the value is too high. So we've got to change the text color to, what are we going to change it to? Blue and blue. Oh, it didn't change the text color of the values. Is that because, why? Ooh. Changed it. Wow, that goes crazy when I... Okay, nice work. Who added data bars into this thing? Oh, they're dark because I've got it... Ah. Why is that so green? Because it's the person with the highest win percentage. Did I do this last time? When I created, did I create like awesome bars? I must have. All right, that's cool. We got to fix this %1. Oh no, this was the original table, wasn't it? So this is from the original before we changed it. We just got to fix the color here and then it's basically done. I'm actually really happy with that table. It just came good. So we just need to fix the %1 conditional formatting, background color, should be horrible green to horrible green. We want to go percent 1. We're going to go from like white to, here's another bug, Microsoft. Remember I've been talking about like all the history of colors, and then I would go and cheat by selecting the color and then it appears in my history. Why does this color picker not have the history? But every other color picker does. Except maybe, so there's 2 color pickers. The other one, hang on, I'm going to digress. I'm sorry. The other color picker is this one. This one has the history. See, there's the history. I want that color. It's in my history. It's also right there, but don't worry about that. It's in my history. I want this color or this muddy custom red that I made that I don't like anymore. Whoops, I just Control Z something. What if I do this? Nothing changes. Great. So why in the color in the what is that? In the conditional formatting, background color, color picker, is there no history? That is my question to you, Microsoft. Happy 10th birthday. Oh, is that too dark? I think it's too dark. Oh, people have got some suggestions. Sorry, I haven't been looking. Is there a trend over time for monthly comparison? Decrease the padding of the visual to show the x-axis. Ah, you're talking about the x-axis. Yeah, maybe I could decrease the padding. Let's try that. So under properties, padding. Oh, it's 12 pixels. Oh, look at that. You're a genius. Ali, good work. Padding, I should have known. Great stuff. Well done. Love it. Okay, sorry. Back to the thing. Ali fixed it for us. I've got to. Well, it's too dark. 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 We've got to fix it. Percent 1. Conditional formatting. Background color. Too dark. So then we want the lighter version of this color, which is this blue, but I don't like that blue. Maybe I'll go this purpley color. This one. It's not bad, but I'm going to make this the same color and then they'll match, but then it won't match anything else. Ah! Okay, no, can't be. I have to be true to my own advice. Colors have to match. So I'm going to select this color and then I'm going to go to more colors and then I'm going to go lighter in the spectrum here to like a lighter version of that color. Even though it did go up a little bit, I can live with that. Like that color. How does that look? It's not bad. Oh, genius. Genius. And then total opportunities bar chart should be similar. So conditional formatting, data bars, positive bar. That color is going to be too dark. So I don't have the history. Whoa, Microsoft. Oh. Should I wing it or should I, I've got to go copy the value, don't I? It has to be exactly correct. Conditional formatting, not data bars, conditional formatting. Come on, Greg, you've got this. Background color, this value, more colors, 809 dB7, the famous color that it is, cancel out of there, back into opportunities, back into conditional formatting, data bars, positive value, more colors, Control V, enter, okay, and they match. And they're theoretically a slightly lighter color of that, which I'm happy with. 716 is a little hard to see, but I can live with that. Blue background isn't too dark if you make the font white or gray. That is an excellent point, Sam. The blue background isn't too dark if I make the font white or gray, but the problem is that as I scroll down here, some of them are white, and so I can't make the the font white here because I need a font that's going to look okay here and here. And it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. I struggle with this a lot. How dark should you make your background colors of your data? %1 isn't necessarily the most conditional font. Oh yeah, you could do a conditional font color. You're right. You know what I don't like about conditional font colors though is that it kind of looks weird. Because when these suddenly turn white, because you have a threshold, right, where you go, well, it's a certain amount of darkness, then turn it white, it looks weird. It's almost like it makes it more confusing. Whereas the font color is like consistent, then I like it like that. So yeah, that's why I don't do conditional font colors normally. I think it makes it too visually confusing. Estimated revenue, actual revenue, I'm just leaving them in there because I'm happy to leave them in, but I don't think they're not relevant to the question. So this is like, we're just adding a little bit here, but technically speaking, these 3 columns, they're not relevant to the question. So if there was another chart that I wanted to add in, I would sacrifice these 3 columns for that chart. Because if there was a chart that was relevant to the question. Now we don't have another chart, so might as well just give the people extra detail, and then our sales manager will love it. He'll be able to go in, see how many people are making, all that kind of stuff. You can see the whole opportunity pipeline opportunity page is complete. Only took us 2 hours, 2 full hours of lunch and learn to make a complete report page. But don't worry, it'll be quicker from here, I'm sure, because I don't have to make as much painful decisions about colors and look and feel because that's all decided now. So we can move on to the next question because I'm happy with this. How's Cecily Lampkin going? Oh, she's got 9 in progress with Signal Techno. And her best product is the MG Advanced. Let's have a look at her breakdown here. She's made 400 grand. And how many opportunities? She's mostly got it in ISDM. Oh yeah, we can see that there. And they're looking at the MG Advanced and the GTX Plus Pro. It's a pretty good little report. I'm happy with that. And okay, so what do we want to round out? Because I'm not going to start another page now. I've only got a few minutes to go. But I've done the things. Now let's talk about what I did. So we were faced with, let's have a look at the original report again, because then we can celebrate. We can revel in how ugly it was. Sacrifice them anyway, make the column bars bigger. Yeah, maybe. I just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like the balance is pretty good at the moment. I'm happy with the balance right now. Right, so if I go to my downloads, I should be able to get the original CRM report, and then we can do some side-by-side analysis of whether we're actually good at our job. All right, so she's opening them up. Happy birthday, Power BI. Where's Henry? Hi, Henry. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's opening. Oh, it's dark mode. Oh, my eyes. Here it is. So, and then with the power of Alt-Tab, this is the current report. Oh no, I've Alt-Tab to a different thing. Okay, there we go. Here's the current report. How many opportunities do we have at these stages of the pipeline? The old one did have a question. What does our pipeline look like? But, like that could be, like it looks like a pipe. I don't know. The filters were kind of in the wrong spot. There was a pie chart, and you know how much I love pie charts. These main numbers don't stand out enough. This detail page, there's just too much detail here and in the wrong spot. And then our breakdowns, these revenue things aren't necessarily related to the question. That was my problem with the original. And now we've got a clear question. How many opportunities do we have at the stage of the pipeline? How many? 8,442. So the question gets asked and then it gets answered instantly. And that's the 3-second part of that whole 330, 300 SQL BI thing that we spoke about last week. 3 seconds, I can see the answer to the question. We can break it down into the total won, lost, and in progress, because we do say at each stage of the pipeline is the second part of the question. And then we can see a trend, but it's only like, it's not a super detailed trend. The reason why I wanted to simplify this trend, because I didn't want to have that like really detailed chart here. Like, we're trying to take ink back as much as possible, even having the dates here, even though I think they do add value. And like, we had to do that little hack that Ali taught us to make it work. I don't know. I could remove those dates and still potentially be happy. I probably just want one date, which is like, what's the current date? So maybe I could just say current date here, and then I could remove the dates here. Because the piece of information I'm trying to convey here is the trend. I don't care that much about the dates. I'm not trying to show you what's happening on each day or month necessarily. I'm trying to show you a general idea of how it's been going. And so we want that to be a simple report. Then we come down into this, which agents have the most opportunity. So now we're breaking it down by the 3 dimensions that we have access to in our data model, which is opportunities, products, and people. And so we've got agents, products, and accounts. Hey, products have it. Wait a second. Products has its own dimension. It's only got product and sales price. That's fine. That is relevant to the top question, because now we're just breaking it down by the different dimensions. And then finally, for those who really want to deep dive into the detail, they can click in and see all the actual information for that particular person, for that particular product, how many opportunities, and then %1 estimated revenue. Yeah, there's some extra bits and pieces there. But overall, I think that does the job. And that is the explanation of why, objectively speaking, this is a better report than this one. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Did we do it or not? I think we did. I feel good about it. So we're going to have to answer some more questions next time. We're not finished with this report, although it is a nice 1-pager. We want to do a couple more pages on our CRM report, and then we're going to go into some other things. But I don't think we're going to do where did we lose them, where are our leads stalling or dropping off. This isn't relevant, because this was the marketing guy. So what does the sales guy say? He wants how many deals in each stage. Okay, we've done that. What's the total value? Now we're getting into revenue. We want to know the value and our win rate and our performance. Okay, so value and win rate's pretty good. 1 divided by 1 plus lost. Well, we can do that. Average time to close. Okay, I don't think we have that one, but I think what we can do is we can do our total value and our win rates, and then we'll create pages for those. So let's rename this. Total value. I'll turn them into questions later in our next session. And win rate. And then that, my friends, will be the CRM report, and we can move on to the next one. Well, very good. I don't have anything else to add. So lunchtime is about to end, folks, and well, I know you probably already did end, and you have to be back at work anyway. Maybe you're bludging off and doing like a 1 p.m. special. But appreciate your attention. Thanks for coming along. As always, if you need help with these things, feel free to reach out. We are having fun. We'll see you next week. We're going to do some more report building. So I'll see you then. We're going to end the stream. This is the outro music. Ending the stream. Thanks for all your help, everybody. Ali and Sam and Tori and everyone who said comments. Bye.